In the whispers of silence lies the loudest truth. Throughout history, sages and enlightened teachers have emphasized the profound power of stillness and detachment. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it is the language of the soul, a tool for introspection, and a gateway to wisdom. Cutting ties with negativity and unnecessary connections is not an act of cruelty but an act of self-preservation and growth. In the realm of Zen and Buddhist teachings, there is a saying, when the waters are still, the reflection is clear, when the mind is silent, the truth reveals itself. This tale unravels the journey of a seeker who embraced silence and detachment, uncovering hidden layers of existence and discovering the freedom that comes with letting go. A heart heavy with noise. There was once a seeker burdened by the incessant chatter of the world. The voices around them were loud, filled with complaints, gossip, and unfulfilled desires. The noise seeped into the seeker's mind, drowning their inner peace. Despite being surrounded by people, they felt an inexplicable void, a hollow emptiness that no amount of conversation or connection could fill. One day, the seeker came across a simple teaching etched on an old parchment: the lotus grows in silence, rising above the murky waters. Intrigued, the seeker began to question the purpose of their attachments. Were these connections enriching their life, or were they shackles holding them back? Recognizing the chains, the seeker began to observe their relationships and interactions. They noticed how certain individuals thrived on negativity, constantly drawing them into conflicts or draining their energy with endless complaints. Others masked their envy and malice with a facade of friendship. The seeker realized that many of these connections were not built on mutual respect or love but on dependency and convenience. To understand further, they turned to meditation, seeking clarity in silence. One evening, as the seeker meditated, a thought arose: a tree does not cling to its dead leaves. It lets them fall, making space for new growth. This realization struck deep. The seeker understood that clinging to toxic relationships and meaningless chatter was akin to a tree refusing to let go of its withered leaves, the fear of loneliness. As the seeker contemplated cutting ties, fear crept in. Would silence lead to loneliness? Would letting go leave them abandoned and isolated? In their meditation, the seeker envisioned a vast ocean. The waves were noisy, crashing and colliding, yet beneath the surface, there was calm. The ocean whispered, true connection is not found in the noise of the waves but in the stillness of the depths. This insight reassured the seeker. They realized that loneliness is a surface-level fear, an illusion created by the mind. True fulfillment comes not from external connections but from a deep connection with oneself, embracing silence. The seeker decided to act. They began by retreating into silence, avoiding unnecessary conversations and interactions. At first, the silence was deafening, filled with the echoes of old memories and unresolved emotions. But as days turned into weeks, the noise within began to fade. In the quietude, the seeker discovered something extraordinary: clarity. They could now distinguish between relationships that nurtured their soul and those that drained it. They started cutting ties, not with anger or resentment, but with gratitude and compassion. Not all who walk with you are meant to stay till the end. Release them with love, and they will find their own path, freedom in letting go. As the seeker let go of the toxic relationships and unnecessary connections, a new sense of freedom emerged. Their mind, once cluttered with the opinions and judgments of others, was now a serene space for creativity and introspection. They spent their days in solitude, not as a recluse but as someone who valued their own company. Nature became their companion, and every rustle of the leaves, every chirp of the birds, was a symphony of wisdom. One day, during a meditation session, the seeker realized, in the vast emptiness of silence, the soul finds its voice. This voice was not loud or demanding. It was gentle, guiding them toward their true purpose, the purpose of detachment. Detachment is often misunderstood as indifference, but the seeker learned that it is an act of profound love, for oneself and others. By detaching, they allowed themselves to grow and gave others the freedom to follow their own paths. In a moment of deep reflection, the seeker thought, the flower does not cling to the bee, nor does the bee possess the flower. Yet, their meeting brings life to the world. This wisdom taught the seeker that relationships, like life, are transient. Holding on too tightly leads to suffering, while letting go with grace brings peace. The seeker's newfound wisdom began to resonate with others, not through words but through presence. Their silence spoke louder than any speech, and their peace became a beacon for those still caught in the chaos of life. One day, a troubled individual approached the seeker, their heart burdened by unspoken fears and unresolved conflicts. They asked, "How can silence heal when my mind is a storm?" The seeker gestured toward a nearby pond. Its surface was disturbed by ripples, caused by falling leaves. The seeker said, "Throw another stone, and the ripples will increase. But if you stop adding to the disturbance, the pond will eventually become still." Your mind works the same way. Stop feeding it with noise, and peace will naturally emerge. The individual reflected on these words, realizing how they had been adding to their own suffering by clinging to unnecessary conflicts and futile attachments, the nature of true connection. As the seeker continued their journey, they encountered people who struggled to differentiate between meaningful relationships and superficial ties. These individuals often expressed their fears of isolation. To them, the seeker shared another lesson from their silent introspection: true connection is not measured by proximity or constant communication. It is measured by the depth of understanding, mutual respect. The seeker explained that silence can strengthen genuine bonds. When you detach from superficial connections, you make space for authentic relationships to flourish. This way, the connections you do maintain are pure, untainted by ego or expectation, silence within. In their solitude, the seeker also faced an unexpected challenge: their own inner dialogue. At first, it was relentless, echoing doubts, regrets, and fears. But as the seeker immersed deeper into their silent practice, they discovered a profound truth: the mind is like a child, it craves attention. But when you observe it without judgment, it grows quiet, revealing the wisdom hidden beneath the noise. Through mindful meditation, the seeker learned to observe thoughts without attachment. This practice became their greatest tool for inner peace. They shared this insight with others, teaching them to sit in silence daily, allowing the mind to settle like a snow globe after being shaken, the final test. One day, the seeker faced their greatest test. A cherished relationship began to crumble. Despite their efforts to nurture it, the other person drifted away, consumed by their own struggles and desires. The seeker felt pain but remembered their own teachings: attachment is the root of suffering. To love truly is to set someone free, even if it means letting them go. With a heavy but understanding heart, the seeker released this connection, not in anger or resentment but in acceptance. They realized that sometimes, the greatest act of love is allowing others to walk their own path, even if it diverges from your own. The evolution of silence, from solitude to mastery. Over time, the seeker's silence evolved. It was no longer just an escape from noise but a powerful tool for insight and creation. In silence, they found solutions to problems, clarity in confusion, and strength in adversity. The seeker came to understand that silence is not emptiness but fullness, a state where the mind and soul are aligned, unburdened by external distractions. They shared a final piece of wisdom with those who sought their guidance. Silence is not the absence of sound but the presence of awareness. Detachment is not giving up but gaining freedom. Together, they are the keys to a life of inner peace, the legacy of the seeker. As the seeker's story spread, more people began to practice silence and detachment. Communities transformed as individuals embraced the wisdom of letting go. Relationships became more authentic, conversations more meaningful, and lives more fulfilled. The seeker, now a master of their inner world, continued to live simply, their silence echoing louder than any words ever could. They left behind no monuments or grand achievements, only the silent ripple of wisdom that continues to inspire countless souls. The story of the seeker is not about one person's journey but a universal truth available to all. We live in a world of constant noise and endless connections, but true peace lies in the stillness within and the courage to let go of what no longer serves us. As Zen and Buddhist philosophy teaches, the bird sings not because it has answers but because it has found the silence in its heart. May we all find the strength to embrace silence, the wisdom to let go, and the serenity to walk our path with grace. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. Love is one of the most misunderstood emotions in human existence. People believe they fall in love because of beauty, intelligence, charm, or destiny. But is love truly random, or is there a deeper reason why one person is drawn to another? In Zen and Buddhist teachings, love is not just an emotional attachment but a mirror. The way someone feels about you is not about you, it is about them. In reality, people only fall in love for two reasons: either they see in you what they lack, or they see in you what they are. One who is empty searches for fulfillment in another. One who is incomplete seeks wholeness in another. One who does not love themselves seeks love in another. And those who recognize themselves in someone else are drawn like water seeking the ocean. A wise master once said, "Love is not found in another, love is found in oneself." The other is only a reflection, and so, let us enter a story that will reveal the two true reasons why people fall in love and what this means for you. The Silent Wanderer and the Seeker of Love. There once was a silent wanderer, known not by name but by presence. He walked through life untouched by the illusions that clouded most hearts. He neither chased love nor avoided it. He simply was. One day, as he rested under a great tree, a troubled seeker approached him. The seeker's eyes were heavy with sorrow, and his heart bore the weight of many heartbreaks. "Master," the seeker asked, "why do people fall in love with some and not others? And why do I always lose the ones I love?" The silent wanderer closed his eyes for a moment and then spoke, "Love is not about the one you love, it is about the one who loves." The seeker was puzzled. "I do not understand. If love is not about the beloved, then what is it about?" The wanderer picked up a bowl of water and held it before the seeker. "Look into the water." "What do you see?" "My own reflection," the seeker answered. "And what if the water was muddy?" the wanderer asked. "I would see nothing," the seeker replied. the wanderer nodded. That is love. When someone loves you, they do not see you. They see themselves in you. When the water is clear, they recognize themselves. When the water is muddy, they project their desires onto you. Love is not given, it is reflected, the seeker thought deeply. Then why do people fall in love? The wanderer smiled. For two reasons: either they seek what they lack, or they recognize what they already are. To understand love, you must understand which of these reasons brought someone to you. 1. Seeking what they lack. The seeker left the wanderer and traveled to a distant town, where he met a woman who had been through many painful relationships. She was beautiful, admired, and intelligent. Many had loved her, yet she always felt alone. One evening, as they sat by a river, she sighed. Why do people love me, but I feel empty inside? The seeker recalled the wanderer's words. Perhaps they love you not for who you are, but for what they lack. She turned to him, confused. What do you mean? He pointed to the river. This river flows because the land is empty. Water fills the void. People who feel empty inside search for someone to complete them. But completion is an illusion. She lowered her gaze. Are you saying that the love I have received was never real? The seeker smiled gently. It was real to them, but it was never about you. They loved you because they saw in you something they lacked: beauty, confidence, or peace. But the moment they no longer feel that emptiness, their love fades. The woman closed her eyes. Then love is only temporary. The seeker shook his head. No, love based on lack is temporary. It is like borrowing warmth from the sun. When night falls, the warmth is gone. She thought for a long time and then asked, then what is the second reason? 2. Recognizing what they are. The seeker continued his journey and met an old man who had been married for 50 years. His wife had passed away, but he still spoke of her with love in his voice. The seeker asked, why did you love her for so long? The old man smiled. Because she was me, and I was her. The seeker was intrigued. How is that possible? The old man pointed to a tree. Do you see this tree? It does not seek the sun, it grows toward it naturally. My love was not about needing her. It was about recognizing myself in her. She did not fill my emptiness. She was my reflection. The seeker understood. So love that lasts is love that recognizes itself. The old man nodded. Yes. When someone loves you for what they lack, their love is fleeting. But when they love you because they recognize themselves in you, their love is eternal. The truth of love and what you must do. The seeker finally returned to the silent wanderer and shared what he had learned. Master, I have seen both kinds of love. What should one do with this knowledge? The wanderer smiled. Do not chase love. Let it reveal itself. If someone loves you because they lack something, they will leave when they no longer lack it. But if someone loves you because they see themselves in you, that love will remain even in silence. The seeker bowed. So the secret is not to seek love, but to be whole within oneself. The wanderer nodded. Be as the moon, it does not beg for attention, yet its light touches all who look upon it. And so, the seeker understood that love is not something to be earned or pursued. It is a mirror, reflecting either emptiness or recognition. Those who understand this will never suffer for love. For they will know its true nature, and with that understanding, he walked away, not searching, not waiting, but simply being. Understanding the two reasons people fall in love. The story of the seeker, the silent wanderer, the sorrowful woman, and the old man is not just a tale, it is a mirror through which we must examine our own relationships. The deeper truth about love is not found in romantic gestures or poetic words, but in understanding why someone is drawn to us in the first place. If we are loved because we fill an emptiness in another, we must recognize that such love is like the shadow cast by the sun, it shifts with time. If we are loved because we are a reflection of someone's true self, then such love is unshaken, like the moon that remains even when the sun disappears. The first kind of love, the love of lack, when people fall in love because they seek what they lack, they are not truly loving you, they are loving what you represent. This is why many relationships begin with intensity but fade over time. The initial attraction was based on the other person's need, not on genuine connection. A person who lacks confidence may fall in love with someone strong and self-assured. A person who feels lost may fall in love with someone with direction. A person who is lonely may fall in love with someone who gives them attention. But what happens when they no longer feel insecure, lost, or lonely? The love they felt fades because it was never about the other person, it was about filling a temporary void. Ask yourself, do the people who love me for who I am, or because I provide something they lack? If it is the latter, do not be angry when they leave. They were never meant to stay. They were only seeking completion, not connection. The second kind of love, the love of recognition, the love that lasts, the love that does not waver, is the love born from recognition. It is when one sees themselves in another, not because they need them, but because they are them. Two people who share the same values and vision of life are drawn to each other effortlessly. A person who understands themselves fully will recognize another who carries the same depth. Love based on recognition does not need validation, it exists because it is. Ask yourself, who in my life sees me as I am, rather than as a solution to their problems? These are the people whose love is real. Their love does not depend on circumstances, but on shared truth. What should you do? 1. Stop seeking love, become whole within yourself. If you are empty, do not seek love to fill the void. Fill yourself first. Meditate, understand your desires, and embrace solitude. The strongest love is not found, it is attracted to those who do not need it. 2. Observe why someone loves you. When someone loves you, ask, do they love me because they see something in me that they lack, or do they love me because they recognize themselves in me? If they love you because they lack something, do not become attached. They will leave when they are whole. If they love you because they recognize you, cherish it. That love is rare. 3. Let love flow naturally. A river does not beg the ocean to accept its water. It simply flows. The moment you stop chasing love, the moment you stop needing to be loved, is the moment real love finds you. The silent power of being. The moon does not call out to the tide, yet the ocean moves toward it. The tree does not chase the sun, yet it reaches for its light. Love, in its truest form, does not come through pursuit, it arrives through presence. Become a person who does not seek love, and love will naturally seek you. And when it does, you will know whether it is real or fleeting, and in that knowing, you will never suffer for love again. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. In a peaceful village nestled among rolling hills and pristine forests, there existed a monastery known for its deep spiritual wisdom and the unparalleled tranquility of its surroundings. This monastery, named Shanti Sangha, was home to a group of monks who dedicated their lives to meditation, mindfulness, and the pursuit of enlightenment, the legend of the 5 ingredients. One of the most cherished legends in Shanti Sangha was the story of the 5 ingredients. It was said that these 5 elements, when combined into tea or coffee, could vanquish all diseases and bring unparalleled vitality to those who consumed them. This legend, passed down through generations, was shrouded in mystery and reverence. The story began with an ancient monk named Master Bodhinatha, who was renowned for his deep understanding of the healing arts. Master Bodhinatha spent decades in meditation, seeking a remedy that could alleviate the suffering of the villagers who frequently visited the monastery in search of solace and healing. Master Bodhinatha's discovery. One serene morning, after a particularly profound meditation session, Master Bodhinatha had a vision. In his vision, a celestial being appeared before him, emanating a radiant light that filled the entire room. The celestial being spoke in a gentle yet powerful voice, revealing the secret of the 5 ingredients. Master Bodhinatha, the celestial being intoned, the universe has bestowed upon you the knowledge of 5 sacred ingredients that, when combined, will heal all ailments. These ingredients are not mere plants or spices, but embodiments of the earth's most potent energies. Seek them with a pure heart, and you shall find them. With this divine revelation, Master Bodhinatha embarked on a quest to discover these ingredients. The journey was arduous and filled with trials, but his unwavering faith and determination guided him. The first ingredient, turmeric. The first ingredient revealed itself in a dense forest, where the roots of the turmeric plant glowed with a golden hue. Turmeric, known for its anti-inflammatory properties, symbolized the earth's healing embrace. Master Bodhinatha harvested the roots with great care, understanding the profound significance of this discovery. The second ingredient, ginger. The second ingredient, ginger, was found atop a mountain peak, where its spicy aroma filled the crisp air. Ginger, with its warming and soothing properties, represented the fiery spirit of the earth. Master Bodhinatha recognized its power to invigorate and rejuvenate the body. The third ingredient, cinnamon. The third ingredient, cinnamon, was hidden within an ancient tree in a secluded grove. The sweet and fragrant bark of the cinnamon tree symbolized the sweetness of life and the warmth of the sun. Master Bodhinatha carefully collected the bark, knowing its ability to balance blood sugar levels and improve circulation. The fourth ingredient, cardamom. The fourth ingredient, cardamom, was discovered in a lush valley, where its aromatic pods exuded a refreshing scent. Cardamom, known for its digestive and detoxifying properties, embodied the cleansing breath of nature. Master Bodhinatha gently harvested the pods, appreciating their ability to purify the body. The fifth ingredient, black pepper. The fifth and final ingredient, black pepper, was found in a hidden cave, where its pungent berries clung to the vines. Black pepper, with its ability to enhance the absorption of nutrients, represented the awakening of the senses. Master Bodhinatha carefully gathered the berries, understanding their role in unlocking the full potential of the other ingredients. Upon returning to Shanti Sangha, Master Bodhinatha meticulously combined the 5 ingredients, creating a harmonious blend that he named the Elixir of Life. The monks of the monastery began incorporating the elixir into their daily tea and coffee rituals, experiencing remarkable transformations in their health and vitality. The monks, inspired by Master Bodhinatha's discovery, decided to share the elixir with the villagers. The elixir's fame spread far and wide, attracting pilgrims from distant lands who sought its healing properties. The monastery became a sanctuary of health and wellness, where the elixir was freely shared with all who visited. Among the many visitors to the monastery was a young woman named Maya, who had heard of the elixir's miraculous effects. Maya was a healer in her own village, known for her dedication to helping others. However, she struggled with her own health, battling fatigue and chronic pain. She came to Shanti Sangha hoping to find relief and perhaps some deeper understanding of the healing arts. Maya was welcomed warmly by the monks and soon began learning about the 5 ingredients. She spent her days in meditation and study, observing the monks as they prepared the elixir and distributed it to the villagers. Maya's curiosity led her to seek a private audience with the current abbot of the monastery, Master Jayendra. She expressed her desire to understand the deeper significance of the 5 ingredients and how they work together to create such profound healing. Master Jayendra, a wise and compassionate teacher, agreed to guide her. Maya, he began, the 5 ingredients are not just physical elements. They represent the harmony of the universe. Each ingredient embodies a different aspect of nature's wisdom. He continued, turmeric is the earth, grounding and stabilizing. Ginger is fire, igniting vitality. Cinnamon is the sun, warming and balancing. Cardamom is air, cleansing and refreshing. Black pepper is the spirit, awakening and enhancing. Together, they create a synergy that transcends their individual properties. The practice of mindfulness. Master Jayendra emphasized that the true power of the elixir lay not just in its ingredients but in the mindfulness and intention with which it was prepared and consumed. When you prepare the elixir, he instructed Maya, do so with a heart full of gratitude and a mind focused on healing. When you drink it, be fully present, savoring each sip as a gift from the universe. Maya took these teachings to heart and began practicing mindfulness in her daily routines. She noticed that the act of preparing the elixir became a meditation in itself, a ritual that connected her to the earth and its healing energies. Healing and transformation. As days turned into weeks, Maya's health began to improve. Her fatigue lifted, and her pain diminished. She felt a renewed sense of energy and purpose. More than that, she experienced a profound shift in her consciousness, a deepening of her connection to the world around her. Inspired by her transformation, Maya decided to stay at Shanti Sangha longer, immersing herself in the study of the healing arts. She learned about herbal medicine, meditation, and the principles of holistic health. She realized that true healing encompassed not just the body but the mind and spirit as well, sharing the wisdom. After several months, Maya felt a calling to return to her village and share what she had learned. With Master Jayendra's blessing, she departed from Shanti Sangha, carrying with her the knowledge of the 5 ingredients and the principles of mindfulness and holistic healing. Back in her village, Maya began incorporating the elixir into her healing practices. She taught her patients about the importance of mindfulness and intention in their daily lives. She shared the story of the 5 ingredients, inspiring many to adopt healthier lifestyles. The villagers noticed significant improvements in their health and well-being. Maya's clinic became a center of healing and learning, where people from all walks of life came to seek her wisdom and guidance. The cycle of giving. Years passed, and Maya's reputation as a healer grew. She continued to return to Shanti Sangha periodically, deepening her practice and reconnecting with the monks who had become like family to her. Each visit renewed her spirit and enriched her knowledge. Maya's work created a ripple effect, as those she healed began to share their newfound wisdom with others. The story of the 5 ingredients and the principles of mindfulness spread far and wide, touching countless lives, a legacy of healing. One day, as Maya sat in meditation at her clinic, she reflected on her journey. She realized that the true gift of the 5 ingredients was not just their physical healing properties but the deeper wisdom they embodied. The elixir had taught her about the interconnectedness of all life, the power of intention, and the importance of living in harmony with nature. She felt a deep sense of gratitude for Master Bodhinatha, Master Jayendra, and all the monks of Shanti Sangha who had shared their wisdom with her. She knew that their teachings would continue to inspire and heal for generations to come. The legend of the 5 ingredients became a timeless tale of healing and transformation. It reminded people of the profound wisdom that nature holds and the importance of mindfulness and intention in every aspect of life. In the peaceful village nestled among rolling hills and pristine forests, the legacy of Shanti Sangha lived on. The monastery remained a sanctuary of tranquility and wisdom, where the elixir of life was prepared with love and shared with all who sought its healing power. And so, the story of the 5 ingredients continued to inspire, heal, and transform, a testament to the enduring power of nature's gifts and the timeless wisdom of the monks who discovered them. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. Who is truly worthy of our help? This question has perplexed many over the centuries. Compassion, as taught by the great Gautama Buddha, is essential, yet there is wisdom in understanding who deserves our efforts. Helping everyone, without discernment, can drain us and even harm others. Gautama Buddha once said, "The fool who persists in ignorance only multiplies his suffering, while the wise cease to carry the burden of those who refuse to learn." It is from this wisdom that we begin our journey into understanding which types of people we should not help. The fool who repeats mistakes. In the teachings of the Buddha, there is a story of a man who sought help over and over for the same problem. This man was continuously falling into the same pit, even though people had warned him repeatedly about its existence. Despite this, he would return and ask for assistance in climbing out. The kind-hearted people always obliged, believing their compassion would change him, but as time passed, they grew weary, for the man never learned his lesson. His ignorance and refusal to change weighed heavy on their hearts. They realized that no matter how many times they helped, the man would return to the same pit. Helping him no longer served any purpose. It wasn't compassion that was guiding them, it was enabling his refusal to learn. Buddha warned against aiding those who do not wish to change. He taught that true kindness sometimes comes in allowing people to face the consequences of their actions. When we repeatedly help someone who refuses to change, we not only waste our energy, but we rob them of the opportunity to grow. The manipulator, the second type of person we must avoid helping, is the manipulator. Manipulators are often charming and persuasive, knowing how to use people for their own benefit. They mask their intentions with sweet words, convincing others that they are in need. However, their true motive is to exploit kindness for their gain. In a well-known Buddhist story, there was a man who constantly asked for assistance. He would approach those with pure hearts and tell them tales of woe, pleading for their help. Over time, people began to realize that he was not truly suffering, but using their generosity to avoid responsibility for his own life. One day, a wise monk observed the man and said, "The one who manipulates the heart of another shall never find peace with him. If you give to him, you only feed his illusion." Buddha taught that helping a manipulator only perpetuates their deceit, and true compassion sometimes means withholding aid to allow them to confront their own dishonesty. Manipulators thrive on the weakness of others, and while it may seem unkind not to help them, it is actually the most compassionate choice. It forces them to face their own emptiness and hopefully find a path toward truth. The ungrateful. There is another group, the ungrateful, who do not deserve our help. These people take without gratitude, always expecting more and never acknowledging the effort that others put into assisting them. They see kindness as something owed to them rather than a gift. A story from the Buddhist tradition speaks of a traveler who was caught in a storm. A kind stranger offered him shelter, food, and warmth. Instead of thanking the stranger, the traveler complained that the food was not to his liking, the bed too hard, and the fire too small. The stranger, realizing the traveler's lack of gratitude, kindly asked him to leave. Buddha often spoke of the importance of gratitude. Those who do not appreciate the help they receive are likely to drain the energy of those who try to assist them. It is a form of spiritual theft, taking without recognition or thanks. To help the ungrateful is to support their toxic sense of entitlement, which ultimately harms them and you. The perpetual victim. Another group we must be cautious of helping is the perpetual victim. These individuals always find themselves in unfortunate situations, often due to their own poor decisions. Yet, instead of taking responsibility, they blame others or the universe for their misfortunes. No matter how much assistance they receive, they never rise above their circumstances, preferring to remain in a state of helplessness. In one of Buddha's stories, there was a man who constantly complained about his life. No matter what others did for him, he always found something new to lament. People tried to offer solutions, but the man rejected every one, saying they wouldn't work for him. Eventually, a wise monk approached him and said, "The more you cry, the more tears the world will shed with you. But if you choose to rise, you will see the sun dry all the rain." The perpetual victim is someone who is stuck in their own misery and often seeks help not to improve their situation, but to reaffirm their role as the victim. Helping them only perpetuates their state of helplessness. It is better to encourage them to find strength within themselves rather than continue to enable their sense of powerlessness. The one who disrespects you. Buddha also spoke of those who show no respect or kindness in return for the help they receive. These people may take your help but later speak ill of you or disregard your efforts. They see your compassion as a weakness to exploit, not a gift to be cherished. In a story from the Buddhist texts, there was a kind-hearted monk who always helped a certain villager. But this villager, though accepting the monk's help, would later mock him, telling others how foolish the monk was to give so freely. When the monk learned of this, he realized that his help was not only unappreciated, but it was also fostering disrespect. The one who disrespects the hand that feeds them is a soul not ready for true kindness, Buddha once said. Continuing to help someone who does not respect you diminishes your own self-worth. It is essential to protect your dignity and only offer help to those who appreciate and honor it. The lazy are another group that Buddha cautioned against helping. These are individuals who refuse to put in any effort to improve their lives, relying solely on others to carry them. They do not take action even when they have the means and opportunity to do so. Their laziness is a burden not only on themselves but also on those who try to help them. In a story, a group of monks encountered a man who was always asking for food and shelter but never attempted to work for it. The monks, out of compassion, helped him several times. However, when they saw that he was perfectly capable of working but chose not to, they realized that their help was only enabling his laziness. Buddha taught that while it is important to help those in genuine need, we should not support laziness. Help should empower, not enable dependence. When we continue to assist those who refuse to help themselves, we prevent them from realizing their potential and rob them of the opportunity for growth. The self-destructive, one of the most challenging groups to avoid helping, is the self-destructive. These individuals engage in behaviors that harm themselves, whether through addiction, reckless actions, or toxic relationships. No matter how much help they are offered, they continue on a path of self-destruction. Buddha once encountered a man who was known for his excessive drinking and irresponsible behavior. Despite the community's efforts to help him, the man refused to change. Buddha, in his wisdom, told the man's family, to save a man from his own destruction, he must first recognize the flame he holds. Until then, no water can quench his thirst. Self-destructive people must first come to terms with their own suffering before any help can truly be effective. By continuously aiding them, we may only delay their realization and prolong their suffering. True compassion sometimes requires us to step back and allow them to face their demons. The deceiver, finally, we must be wary of helping the deceiver. These are people who present themselves as someone in need but have ulterior motives. They may lie about their situation to gain sympathy or manipulate others into helping them for personal gain. Their deception is a form of spiritual theft, taking advantage of the good intentions of others. Buddha told a story of a man who pretended to be blind to gain alms from the community. He would sit on the street, crying for help, and many would give him food and money. One day, a monk noticed the man walking around perfectly fine when he thought no one was looking. The monk confronted him and said, "To deceive the hearts of those who help is to carry the weight of dishonesty in your soul. No amount of gold can lighten that burden." Helping a deceiver not only enables their dishonesty but also harms those who genuinely need assistance. It is essential to be discerning and ensure that our help is going to those who are truly in need and not those who are merely playing on our emotions. Helping others is a noble and essential part of life. Yet, as Gautama Buddha taught, not everyone is worthy of our help. Offering assistance to those who refuse to learn, manipulate, or deceive only drains our energy and prevents their growth. It is essential to recognize when our help is genuinely benefiting others and when it is enabling negative behaviors. True compassion sometimes requires us to step back and allow people to face their own challenges. Only then can they grow and find their own path to enlightenment. In understanding who not to help, we protect our energy, preserve our compassion for those who truly need it, and allow others to learn the lessons life has in store for them. In this way, we follow the teachings of the Buddha and ensure that our actions are aligned with the highest form of wisdom. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. Once in a tranquil village nestled between towering mountains and verdant forests, there lived a young man named Haruto. Though he had all the comforts one could desire, Haruto was restless, burdened by a mind that constantly churned with anxiety, regret, and a sense of unfulfilled purpose. One spring morning, he decided to seek enlightenment, hoping to find peace and clarity. He heard of a renowned Zen master, Master Kaizen, who resided in a secluded monastery high in the mountains. Haruto embarked on his journey, braving the rocky paths and dense forests. After days of arduous travel, he reached the monastery, where he was greeted by Master Kaizen. The master, with a serene smile and penetrating gaze, welcomed him warmly. "What brings you here, young pilgrim?" asked Master Kaizen. Haruto bowed deeply and replied, "Master, I seek to reprogram my mind, to find peace and clarity amidst the chaos within." Master Kaizen nodded thoughtfully. To reprogram one's mind is a noble quest. It requires dedication, patience, and a willingness to let go of old patterns. "Are you ready for such a journey?" Haruto affirmed his resolve, and thus began his 7-day path to a reprogrammed mind. Day 1, Embracing Silence. On the first day, Master Kaizen instructed Haruto to spend the entire day in silence. No words, no thoughts, just pure silence. Silence, the master explained, is the foundation of self-awareness. It is only in silence that the noise of the mind can be truly heard and understood. Haruto found a quiet spot beneath a blossoming cherry tree and settled into a comfortable position. At first, his mind raced with thoughts, jumping from one concern to another. However, as the hours passed, he began to notice the spaces between his thoughts, the gaps where silence resided. He realized that his mind was like a turbulent river, and silence was the still water beneath the surface. As dusk approached, Haruto felt a profound sense of calm. The constant chatter in his mind had subsided, replaced by a serene stillness. He returned to Master Kaizen, who smiled knowingly. "Good," said the master. "You have taken the first step. Silence is the doorway to the present moment, where true reprogramming begins." Day 2, The Breath of Life. On the second day, Master Kaizen introduced Haruto to the practice of mindful breathing. The breath, he explained, is the bridge between the body and the mind. By focusing on your breath, you can anchor yourself in the present moment. Haruto sat by a tranquil pond, closed his eyes, and began to focus on his breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. With each breath, he felt more grounded, more connected to the here and now. The worries of the past and the anxieties of the future seemed to dissolve with each exhalation. Throughout the day, Haruto practiced mindful breathing. He noticed how his breath changed with his emotions, becoming shallow when he was anxious and deep when he was calm. By the end of the day, he felt a deeper connection to his body and a greater sense of control over his mind. Master Kaizen was pleased with Haruto's progress. "The breath is a powerful tool," he said. "It reminds us that we are alive, here and now. By mastering your breath, you can begin to master your mind." Day 3, The Mirror of Nature. On the third day, Master Kaizen took Haruto on a walk through the forest. "Nature," he said, "is a mirror of the mind. By observing nature, we can learn much about ourselves." As they walked, Haruto observed the trees, the flowers, the flowing streams, and the singing birds. He noticed how everything in nature was interconnected, each element playing a part in the larger whole. He saw how the trees swayed gracefully with the wind, how the flowers bloomed effortlessly, and how the streams flowed naturally without resistance, Haruto realized that his mind was often like a turbulent storm, resisting the natural flow of life. By observing nature, he learned to embrace the concept of wu-wei, or effortless action. He understood that just as nature follows its course without struggle, he too could navigate life with ease and grace. At the end of the day, Haruto felt a deep sense of harmony with the world around him. Master Kaizen nodded approvingly. Nature teaches us to let go of resistance and flow with the rhythm of life. When you align yourself with this flow, your mind becomes clear and your heart becomes light. Day 4, The Art of Letting Go. On the fourth day, Master Kaizen guided Haruto through the practice of letting go. Clinging to past hurts and future fears, he explained, is like carrying heavy stones. To reprogram your mind, you must learn to let go. Haruto was instructed to find a quiet spot and reflect on the burdens he carried. He thought about the regrets, the grudges, and the fears that weighed him down. With each exhalation, he visualized letting go of one burden. As the day progressed, Haruto felt a sense of liberation. He realized that holding on to negative emotions only caused suffering, and by letting go, he created space for peace and joy. The process was not easy, but with each burden he released, he felt lighter and more free. Master Kaizen observed Haruto's transformation with satisfaction. Letting go is an act of courage and compassion, he said. By releasing what no longer serves you, you make room for new growth and possibilities. Day 5, The Power of Gratitude. On the fifth day, Master Kaizen introduced Haruto to the practice of gratitude. Gratitude, he said, is the antidote to dissatisfaction. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. Haruto was given a journal and instructed to write down everything he was grateful for. At first, he found it challenging, but as he began to reflect on his life, he discovered many things to be thankful for: his family, his health, the beauty of nature, the kindness of strangers. Throughout the day, Haruto's perspective shifted. He realized that even in difficult times, there was always something to be grateful for. Gratitude opened his heart and brought a sense of joy and contentment that he had not felt before. Master Kaizen smiled as he read Haruto's journal. Gratitude is a powerful force, he said. It transforms your perception and reprograms your mind to see the abundance in your life. When you cultivate gratitude, you attract more reasons to be grateful. Day 6, The Dance of Impermanence. On the sixth day, Master Kaizen taught Haruto about the concept of impermanence. Everything in life is transient, he explained. By embracing impermanence, you learn to appreciate the present moment and let go of attachment. Haruto was given a task to build a sand mandala. He spent hours meticulously creating an intricate design, only to be instructed to destroy it upon completion. At first, Haruto felt a pang of sorrow as he wiped away his creation, but he soon realized the profound lesson in the act. He understood that life, like the mandala, is beautiful and fleeting. By accepting the impermanence of all things, he learned to cherish each moment without clinging to it. This realization brought him a sense of peace and acceptance. Master Kaizen watched as Haruto embraced the lesson. Impermanence is the nature of life, he said. When you accept this truth, you free yourself from the fear of loss and the pain of attachment. You learn to live fully in the present moment. Day 7, The Path Within. On the final day, Master Kaizen led Haruto in meditation. The journey to reprogram your mind, he said, is ultimately a journey within. All the answers you seek are already inside you. Haruto spent the day in deep meditation, reflecting on the lessons he had learned over the past week. He realized that each practice, silence, mindful breathing, observing nature, letting go, gratitude, and embracing impermanence, had brought him closer to his true self. As he meditated, Haruto felt a profound sense of inner peace and clarity. He understood that reprogramming his mind was not about changing who he was, but about uncovering the wisdom and serenity that already resided within him. At the end of the day, Haruto emerged from his meditation with a newfound sense of purpose and tranquility. Master Kaizen placed a hand on his shoulder and smiled warmly. "You have completed your journey, Haruto. Remember, the mind is like a garden. Tend to it with care, and it will flourish." Haruto returned to his village, transformed by his experience. He carried with him the wisdom of the 7 days, and his presence radiated peace and compassion. He continued to practice the lessons he had learned, sharing them with others who sought guidance. The village, once a place of restlessness and strife, began to transform as well. Inspired by Haruto's example, the villagers embraced the practices of mindfulness, gratitude, and acceptance. They learned to let go of their burdens, appreciate the beauty of impermanence, and live fully in the present moment. Haruto's journey had reprogrammed not only his mind but also the hearts. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.